Yes, so Microsoft have worked over a number of years with their Windows Server licensing and realised that industry standard solutions have been a goal over the last 20 years, and there's been a big challenge and pressure on budgetary concerns for many customers. And one of those routes that people have looked at is around software-defined storage, hyper-converged solutions, and how those can benefit businesses, drive down costs, drive up performance. My background is more than 20 years in resale and distribution, and for many years we looked to try, when I worked in resale, to look at solutions that would help our end user customers. But realistically they were complex, they were very expensive, the three-tier architecture was very complicated, and you needed a huge raft of technical and support people. What Microsoft, amongst many others, have done around the software-defined space is begun to look to simplify these solutions. So Microsoft's solution, based on Windows Server 2019 licensing, has the functionality within the license. So there are no additional costs here. It's the functionality, volume replication, data dedupe are all within the license. So we're working as an ecosystem with partners like Lenovo to provide a system. Think Agile MX is Lenovo's certified system, and we use our WSSD Windows Server software-defined certification to ensure that the software and the hardware manufacturers are absolutely certified to provide that level of service there, and end users have a solution that absolutely works for them. I think hyper-converged is a game changer totally for most people. It will take time for the market to fully understand and appreciate the benefits. But when we are talking about a solution that is on industry standard servers with internal disks, with networking and a Windows Server license, we are looking at 20% typically of the cost of most other solutions and multiple times the performance. So I think it's a real game changer for end users in terms of making sure that they manage their budgets and their businesses. But for Microsoft, it's a great way of driving the hybrid cloud story, and also then looking towards the cloud for people who want to drive everything towards the cloud. The reality is an awful lot of businesses will still stay as a hybrid cloud on-prem proposition. So there's a great opportunity here for Microsoft to work with the manufacturers and to enable end users to have a solution that moves them forward and to help their businesses move into the 21st century. So Microsoft, some might say, were relatively late coming into the cloud business, and over the last few years I think we've all seen that Microsoft are very focused and have helped to grow that business significantly, and there's been great success, and we will see even more success moving forward on the cloud business. There are similarities within the hyper-converged business. Microsoft over the last few years with Windows 2016 licensing added a number of pieces of features and functionality into the license, and that has been developed and grown within the 2019 license that was released last year. So we will see huge development and growth as Microsoft looks to support that hybrid cloud infrastructure. Certainly over the next few months, when Microsoft launch its next Windows Server Summit in March or April timeframe, we will look to drive that HCI message across the world, and to be able to ensure that end users fully understand the benefits of Microsoft technology and HCI. So a huge amount has been spent on R&D over the last few years, billions of dollars, to ensure that the Windows Server licensing has enabled this HCI capability, as I say, with 2019. What we are now doing is working with our alliance partners like Lenovo and some of the other hardware manufacturers to ensure that we can bring those WSSD Windows Server software-defined, certified, validated platforms So we're working in partnership with our ecosystem to ensure we can bring solutions to the market that are validated. End users have confidence that these solutions will work and support and drive their business profitability. There are a number of different players. I think most people will know about Nutanix and VMware with their vSAN capabilities. And certainly in a number of countries worldwide, both of those have taken reasonable market share, absolutely, and there's been a strong focus from them. However, I think most people don't know that Microsoft, with its HCI solutions, have already got many thousands of clusters worldwide that are working. And it's been almost marketing by stealth around HCI. What you will now see over the coming months is a much more proactive messaging out to end users, both from Microsoft at a corporate level, but also from our partners such as Lenovo with their Think Agile MX solution. So you'll see the Microsoft proposition, the HCI proposition with Windows Server 2019 begin to drive into the market, and we will look to work with our ecosystem partners and we'll look to drive that message and support it so the resellers and the end users can absolutely understand that message fully and leverage it. I think going back to my experience, as I mentioned, within the reseller and the distribution markets, the channel markets, one of the biggest challenge for many solutions, especially amongst traditional compute, was that they were limited in the ability that they could help and assist certain vertical markets and vertical sectors, sometimes due towards cost or price performance or the performance in certain workloads. The interesting bit about the HCI solution is that it can start from a traditional 2-node and scale up in a modular fashion. So I think what we are saying is that Microsoft are absolutely going to help to support across a wide range of areas, both from SMB, mid-market, large enterprise, and also in terms of vertical sectors. I honestly believe that because of this performance benefit and this linear scalability, that there are very few areas where an HCI solution from Microsoft will not be able to assist their business. We are looking at a huge growth potential, and I think that means that the reseller and the distribution community in every country will be able to leverage this functionality and Microsoft's ability to drive its own messaging. So we're going to see a huge amount of interest from end users in all sectors. Well, if we all had a crystal ball, I think we would all make lots of money. I'm sure we can all look at the webcasts that are out there, and Satya, our chief executive, has talked a lot about digital transformation and artificial intelligence, AI. I think AI is certainly going to be part of the future, and Microsoft are investing heavily in understanding and bringing forward solutions that AI will absolutely help and transform our businesses and our private lives for all of us. I don't think we're going to see a linear progression. We used to see from one technology to another. AI, amongst many other things, is going to totally change as Internet of Things is beginning to change for all of us. It's going to help and worm its way and integrate into all of our lives. So I don't think we'll see a linear progression from HCI to something else. We will just see a confluence of different technologies enabling and supporting our businesses moving forwards.